Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Trading Academy. As always, I am your host, Josh Lillquist. On the last segment, we covered some different topics on having more choices in your life, whether it's financial, whether it's freedom of time, whether it's freedom of location. But all that stuff does cost money. So strategies and techniques that are designed for income strategies during your working years or even during retirement, so that way you can live out those golden years that you work so hard for all your life. We had a lot of people texting and calling in for these investing classes. If you did miss seats for that investing class, simply call or text the word investing to the number 952-905-0975. That's 952-905-0975. Or go online to learnwithota.com. That's learnwithota.com. That will go straight to our landing page, and you can pick your own date and time for these investing classes. We do them on the week and on the weekends, also on the evenings, so pretty much anybody can attend. We also appreciate all of our subscribers and followers. A great week on the podcast. We are going to make this the global #1 podcast in the financial markets. Al, in this segment here on Investing and Trading Live, I wanted to cover a couple of things. I want to get into these opportunities that we are seeing, which we covered in the first two segments. Big drop Thursday, Friday, into Monday. But I tell you what, the bulls came back, especially Monday morning, Tuesday into Wednesday, getting right near where it gapped down from on Friday. So the opportunities are almost endless there. And we can do some math maybe on the next segment as far as like a futures contract, what the opportunity was there, rather than just holding. Because a lot of people are just holding on for dear life. I think what they call it online is HODL. I think that's the term.
Could you tell me that one more time?
HODL?
HODL?
Yeah, hold on for dear life.
Oh, okay.
HODL. I think that's what they call it. The kids are calling it these days. And they're just missing out on these great opportunities. It's like sitting at home and you're wondering, hey, when are my friends going to call and have this, they might have this big party going on, and then you never get that call, so you miss out on that party. That's what's happening. So we talked about shorting in I believe it was the last segment, opportunities for down markets, talking about options, using that to profit as markets go down. But I think since these markets are showing these big moves up and down with the volatility, I think we need to continue that discussion now. So, Al, what is your opinion on this? So we have the S&P 500. We'll look at the SPY. It gapped down to 511 on Monday. Going into, especially the first 3 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the market opened up at 529. So that's a big jump in a couple days. Now, why are so many people stuck with that hold on for dear life? And how do you get them out of that mentality of just hoping things will come back and not miss out on these opportunities?
Yeah, well, the reason that is their thinking, their mindset, is because that's what they've been taught. They have been conditioned. If you have any kind of exposure to any kind of education or any kind of advice, it's just hold on. Mm-hmm. People like Warren Buffett, all of the big players out there say you shouldn't worry about these corrections or crashes because the market always comes back. And we saw that just if you look at just the last 2 weeks. We've had big up moves and big down moves, both directions. And the problem is that people have been conditioned to just, like you say, hold on and hope that things come back. Hoping and crossing your fingers isn't a strategy that's going to get you to where you want to be. When we see these big moves on a short-term basis, that's where some great opportunities lie if you know how to take advantage of them. What we look for is opportunities. And people will tell you that you have to have an edge that gives you the ability to take advantage of those opportunities. And some of the opportunities we've been talking about, that's using things that are more short-term in nature. And when you see a market that's fluctuating the way this is with as much volatility as we have, which will, by the way, continue for some time, it provides great short-term opportunities. It's much harder to put something away for 10 or 20 or 30 years and know in advance what's going to happen to the economy, what's going to happen to the world during that time period. You have a better idea of kind of making some decisions or some, come up with some ideas on a more short-term basis. But if you're looking for additional income, which of the two components of your life is probably the most important. You've got the income portion, the wealth portion, and you address the markets differently for both. But for the short term, for the income portion of your life, which means you have to be able to put a trade or investment together and get out of it whatever you consider short term. Maybe it's daily, maybe it's weekly, maybe it's monthly. And there are assets that are really perfect for that, but it's typically not the stock market. Things like options, futures, Forex. And the reason people don't trade them is that people haven't taught them how to trade them. People have convinced them that they're too risky and that maybe you're not smart enough to do it. Who would be the people that are trying to condition you to believe those things? The people that need you to give them your money so they can invest for you. They know what's best for you. Is it really what's best for you? Is it really what's best for them? Because they're collecting fees to supposedly manage your money. And even Peter Lynch, we've referenced Peter Lynch several times. He was the manager of the Magellan Fund. He said with the advances in technology now, the advantages really are on the side of the retail trader to the disadvantage of the pros. So if you can learn how to take advantage of what some of those technological changes have been and what some of the opportunities are, you have the opportunity to maybe even do better than a financial advisor. And you're not paying a fee to somebody. And when it comes down to reality, even if no matter who invests your money, whether it's you or a financial advisor, you're really responsible for what you have at the end. And if you have somebody that's managing your money for you and it doesn't go well, they're not going to make up what could have been there. But it's not just the opportunities that are available, it's the education, it's the knowledge and the skills to be able to use those opportunities. That's what the professional traders and investors do. They know not only how to identify opportunities, but they know how to put the results of those opportunities in their favor. Odds are in their favor, and that's what I think every pro trader will tell you, is that you need to have an edge. That edge should put the opportunities or the odds in your favor of an investment moving in the direction you need it to go with enough profit to make it worth your while. And if you don't know about options, you don't know about futures, you don't know about Forex, or even if you do and you're not doing well with them, come into one of these free classes. We'll talk to you about them. We have professional traders, people that worked on the floor of the Chicago Board of Options or the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or maybe ran hedge funds, that trade these on a regular basis, probably a daily basis, and they do it successfully. Those are the people that you want to be able to take advantage of. They've already gone through the trials and the tribulations, the errors. They know what to do and they know what not to do. Those are the kind of people that you have access to by coming into our center. Start with taking this free 2-hour class, and let's just kind of go from there.
Yeah, I like that. And just to kind of paint a picture here, I mean, all these opportunities, they're available to us, and Al, you did a great description on that. But I mentioned the opportunity that was there this week.
Right.
So let's just put some simple math to this, and I'll try to keep it simple for everybody. And by the way, every investor or trader is not going to get all this, but we'll just show the opportunity and how to take chunks of that. So the market closed, and I'm looking at the futures market here. Mm-hmm. S&P 500, roughly around 5,375 on Friday. It got down to as low as 5,119 on Monday, which is about a 256-point drop.
Right.
Okay. In the futures market, each point equals $50.
Right.
Okay. So the math on that, the opportunity as it went down just in one day was $12,800. Mm-hmm. That was the opportunity just for one day, for one contract in the S&P 500.
Okay.
Market shot straight back up, and let's just say straight back up almost, actually right to where it was at on Friday. So we can double that now, right? Mm-hmm. So the opportunity there was $25,600. Now that might be a stretch for someone to get every single piece of that.
Sure.
But what if you got half of that?
What if you got a quarter of that?
What if you got a quarter of that? Wouldn't that make a difference? Or wouldn't that make a difference in your life if you had the opportunity to learn those strategies for the down markets and the up markets, and not just hold on to positions.
Yeah, the potential actually is greater than what some people are getting on an annual basis on a short. I mean, this is short term.
Yeah, and that's just the opportunity. Now, how you apply that opportunity is where you learn that strategy and is designed to do that kind of strategy with proper capital management, small risk, high reward. Now, we identify and we illustrate what that strategy looks like in these investing classes that we do here locally that you were referring to just at the end of your conversation there. So I want to invite people to come and learn these strategies, learn these techniques, at least see what the opportunities are so you're not always missing the party. Simply call or text the word trading to the number 952-905-0975, and that's for 2 seats, one for you and a friend. Or go to learnwithota.com and you can pick your own date and time for the investing class. Al, we got a lot more to discuss. Stay tuned. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.